Hey guys, so this is a K321 Kohler motor for sale on Craigslist. Figured I'd give you guys an update. I was mentioning I would part out the engine, which I still am, or still would be willing to. But this is it completely assembled. I decided to just assemble it myself just to make it easier if someone would like to buy the engine as a whole. The engine is ready to go. It is clean. It is ready for whatever someone else would like to have to do to it. The only thing you need to buy for this motor is a piston and connecting rod. Everything else is there. The crankshaft is being brought back from a friend of mine. He was thinking about buying it but decided to pass on it. So that'll be going back in, but everything else on this engine is clean, is ready to go. Muffler has no holes. PTO works great. The flywheel is repainted flat black like everything else, nothing broken. All the fins on this are clean. And the matching side of the flywheel is excellent too. It did charge last time I had the engine running. Carburetor has been cleaned out. The bowl has been rebuilt so it doesn't leak anymore. We did that just before we took it apart, so that works great. We have a custom-made air cleaner a friend of mine made for me. Didn't have the regular air cleaner, so he made one for me. Fits a John Deere perfectly circular air filter. Works great. Looks really nice. Adds a little bit of old-time character to it. Looks really good. To some opinions, but I think it looks great. So everything is going to be sold with the motor. This is it. I will also be selling the flywheel and the direct drive shaft that goes on the flywheel, as well as the PTO. There's the bolts connecting hardware down there. I also will be selling the outer shroud that goes on this side of the motor. It has the motor, I guess you could say, the motor VIN number information on it, which is also painted flat black, and the VIN number sticker has been preserved around the paint. Now you guys also, some of you have been asking about the tractor itself. That too is also for sale. It's not in bad shape. It does need some work, but overall it's not too far gone. I did do a lot of painting as to preserve it. It has been outside, but it has been under a tarp, which is fighting me the whole way. Alright. Alright, I gotta take this brick off. Alright, so here is part of it. Here's the part that will be uncovered. Alright. I also painted top, not a flat black, but more like a light finish black. That was able to fix that up. Front grille when I got it was completely destroyed, so I just grabbed some flat steel iron and just set that in place. The whole frame has been painted forward blue or safety blue. No problems with the frame at all. Frame is great. Here's the oil pan. All the 4 bolts that go into it. Other than for just a little bit of rust on the outside for being outside, it's in good shape. I didn't have to paint it, just cleaned it. Some of you guys were asking me about numbers. Said I don't know what's what on this thing, but we have 205, 270, IF and DI. Oh, front plates also been painted flat or finished black. It's been set back in place, so if it was needed, it can be used. It's painted there. I do have the steering wheel first. That is also for sale, but it does have a little bit of crack where the knuckle here, because I fought with this for days and days and days and days, and it still would not. It would not give way. So it's still there, but it's cracked, but it will still work. Here, it's a dash panel. I do have the original gauge for it somewhere. That is also for sale. The PTO light, I also added a neutral indicator light. That can still be taken out, or still not used. That was an extra feature I was going to use down here. It was a PTO cutoff switch, but the wiring harness was really messed around with. It went right in that bracket there, next to the high-low range. Right now it's in high, so it doesn't roll down the hill. That was put in there so it couldn't be started in neutral, I'm guessing, or it had to start in neutral. Hydraulic lift arm, parking brake, Everything has been painted to prevent a little bit of rust. It was going to be the color I was going to work on it, but running into some financial difficulties with the motor, decided to just leave it at that. It does have a little bit of wiring harness in there. It does have, see if I can find it right there, a rectifier, regular rectifier for the system. That is all set, ready to go, painted, nice and clean. All the electronics you see up there will come with it. Key start, pull start for the lights, momentary switch for the starter. It was kind of like an extra safety lockout feature. The lights, those are all set up. Front wheels, both of these wheels still hold air. One of them does have a tube in it. I think it's this one. Yep, this one. This stem broke on me, so I just put a tube in there. Works great. Tires are old, but in decent shape. Now both tires on this, the bearings were destroyed, but a friend of mine made two solid inserts. You see that little brass ring around there, or bronze inserts going about 1.5 inches deep on each side. So even though it's just a little worn, they do hold. They are pretty tight. But yeah, everything's been painted for the most part. It's just dirty because it sat back here in the yard. There's the official tractor VIN or information. A little rough, a little hard to see, but I did want to preserve that. Back, we got one very solid, nice looking transmission and rear axle setup. It is a hydrostatic brake. I do have to put transmission fluid in it. I emptied out it mostly when I was painting it, so it will need to be refilled, but I can definitely do that for you if you'd like. Back end, basically the worst part about this tractor is the back end. It looks like someone really smashed up the heck out of it. It's all mangled up looking back here, but nothing is broken, just really kind of cruddy looking, unfortunately. Tires are for sale on too. I believe it's this side of the tractor, I'm not sure, but one of these tires, both these rear tires both hold air. I believe this one might have a nail in it, but I've never had any problems with losing air in it, or traction driving over anything. So just wanted you guys know, let that know right away. Other than that, everything's in its place. I would like to be selling this too with everything, and just shoot me a price on this. Like I said, it has a lot of work put into it, and try to see if I can get some money for it, just because I'd rather see someone else sell it up than me just junk it. So I mean, if I can part it out and have it restored for someone else, if someone else can use the parts, that would be awesome. I'd rather see this tractor live on somewhere else than just be another pile of junk. I tried it, wasn't able to do it, only unfortunately because of resources, but I would like to see someone else carry on and be able to finish it. Whether they do it my way or their way is completely up to them, but that's up to you guys. Oh, and there's Chuck. He's not for sale, but I figured I'd add him in too. So yeah, thank you for looking, guys, and I hope this provides you enough with information.